Good morning, good morning, good morning. 64 and clear. What a treat today, JC.
Oh, yeah, I owe this man more than y'all will ever know. But first, let's talk about me. Good morning, I'm Jamie Cooper. This is Athens in the AM on a live edition on a beautiful, glorious Tuesday morning. If you ain't been outside naked running around your house, now's the time to go. Well, it's still a little bit on the dark side. Ain't it, Zack?
That's right.
Joining us today, Dr. Jan White, Chuck Puckett, is that right?
That's right.
And Norman Roby. Now, Norman's been here once before in all the years, but let me tell you, good morning, Norman.
Good morning,
Norman is the
David.
biggest Auburn fan I've ever met. Y'all may wonder why he's wearing a Bama hat and sounding like Bear Bryant. Well, you're going to tell us all about that in just a little bit. But Norman Roby is the very reason I have been stuck with Gloria for 18 and a half years.
Stuck with me, huh?
That's right, Jan. Norman calls me once about advertising when I'm doing a gig over at 48.
No, he regrets that.
I go in over there, when I rang that little bell up there, the first person I see, Gloria. She couldn't keep her hands off of me.
That's
the way it's been since. And ain't that right, Norman?
It's been 20 years and I ain't forgiven you yet.
Think his best work.
Boy, it's been a good ride, too. I got to tell you that, in more ways than one. We'll talk more about everything. We got a special artist in this morning, so at least one person in here's got some talent from over Decatur way. We'll talk about that in just a little bit, too. We'll play Judge James when we come back after the first break. They've got a play they're going to talk about taking place over at the Princess Theater coming up this weekend. A lot of things going on. Zack's going to talk about, let's see, Bama won big this weekend. It wasn't, the score wasn't big, but we won.
When it was 24-3, I was getting nervous.
I didn't bother me one bit.
But hey, we finally got that off our backs. We beat Ole Miss.
Woo, what a run. Auburn got beat and so did Notre Dame, two of my favorite teams. Sorry, Norman.
Right.
Let's get this party started. There ain't no rain in the forecast, is it, baby?
There is not any rain. Actually, those pop-up showers could take place, but chances are we're not going to see any rain. 64, clear skies out there this morning. Really beautiful, too. If you need to do anything, get out while it's kind of warm. Temperatures, though, we're going to see in the low 90s, about 91, 92 degrees. So don't think 80s are sticking around just yet. This whole week pretty much looks the same, just what you see right there, 92, 93, and that's really about it. No rain to really even talk about just yet, just that 10% chance of a pop-up shower. And if you see one, you are a lucky one, too. Look at that. There's
beautiful,
the boring weather.
Beautiful. There's a shot outside this morning. Frank's still alive. He just ain't whizzing nobody's tires this morning because he's still unable to drive.
Yeah. He can drive with someone in the vehicle.
What's your subject on today?
Older adults and marijuana.
Hallelujah, Snoop Dogg. We'll talk about that. Yeah, by the way, speaking of that, we'll talk more later. Joe Carlucci, our pizza guy, was in our Sunday school class too, Lindsay Lane. He told the story in Sunday school about he went to Hollywood last week to be with Martha Stewart and Snoop Dogg on a show.
New cooking show that's coming
cooking show.
Yeah.
on VH1. Yeah.
Snoop Dogg did a prayer before the meal.
He was the only one that did all the prayers.
He said they throw out about 2 or 3 pounds of... Norman, you know what it's like being a big star. There's Snoop Dogg now in a new series about pot. There's 2 or 3 new series coming out on HBO and stuff about pot smoking. So, there you go. Anyway, boy, it's good to have y'all up here bright and early this morning. Bright and early. Norman, always a pleasure to see you. If it wasn't for you, I would have had more in my life.
It's made my day, I'll tell you.
It always has. I always remember that, what the good you did for me.
He could kick you right now.
That's my role in life, going around trying to make people happy.
And wearing an Alabama hat, is that hard to do?
It really is.
We're going to tell the whole story in just a little bit. First, let me get some sports in. We have
a very special happy birthday.
Elizabeth.
Jessica Terry. Happy birthday. It's Layla's sister.
I guarantee she's got to be from Lawrence County for last name's Terry. I guarantee you that.
Yes,
so
yes. Happy birthday.
Like
Have a fabulous day. I know they all look like their mama, too. Beautiful.
Right. We'll go with that this morning. First, let's do sports right now.
It's time for Sports with Bama Zack. Brought to you by Kentucky Fried Chicken. Best fried chicken in Athens and Limestone County.
You go get them at Popeye.
Hey, you go get some fried
only
livers.
Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Fried livers, KFC, Athens only.
I get some extra crispy chicken. Or if you're ailing, go to Herbs and More and Roy. Win.
He'll be here tomorrow.
The gang will hook you up on something to make you feel better.
Chuck, you should have brought some fried liver this
Hey,
morning.
sports. Let's go high school first, Jamie. Athens High School had a tough loss Friday night to Florence. They kicked a 33-yard field goal, about 2 minutes left, and Florence beat Athens 31-28. So they're still looking for their first win, and they host the East Limestone Indians this Friday night. So we'll have Coach Gross Wednesday and Coach Pugh Thursday talk about that big game. Ardmore had a big win Friday night. East Limestone also won West, and Madison Academy, just some of the teams around here that we talk about a lot. Tough loss in our Ardmore game. Joe Neal Douthit, one of our best players, he suffered a broke leg, and it was the trainer said it was one of the worst ones he had ever seen.
Ouch.
But they put a rod in him Saturday, and he'll be up, I know, rehabbing and going at it soon. And Austin Trotz, so I was telling this to Brad, Madison Academy offensive lineman who's committed to Auburn, tough break. He tore the same ACL on the first play of the game that he tore last year. So he's had 2 torn ACLs back-to-back, so hope and pray he gets better soon. Big wins for Alabama, 48-43. When the way it started, I thought I was going to need some extra blood pressure medicine. And then we get down 18, we go up 18, and then we
Let's
about
not
blow the
revisit
game
it.
because we can't recover onside kick and we fumble the ball. So that's why Bo Scarborough's not playing, y'all, if you wonder why. But he's got to learn how to hold on to that ball. But Jalen Hurts, he's looking better and better every game. A tough loss for Auburn. They still can't decide on who their quarterback is.
Too bad, Norman.
And their defense is playing a little bit better, but they have no offense now. So 29-16, and the Boo Birds are already out for Gus Malzahn, and they're already talking about Art Briles, wanting to hire Art Briles. They're going to forgive him for all his transgressions to hire him.
You jumping off the Gus bus already, Norman?
This week.
Yeah, Auburn game will be the big one. And one more thing, Jamie, tonight at Greenbrier, we're having former Alabama All-SEC tight end, and also been a referee, and I don't know if he still is or not, but Lamont Russell is coming. And everybody remembers Lamont Russell for his big game against Ole Miss the last time we had to come down from 21 down against Ole
I got to
Miss.
tell you, the most impressive game of the weekend was that first one at 11 o'clock Saturday, that Louisville.
Louisville was the real deal.
Yeah.
Louisville was tough.
They had them 50 points at one point. I'm going, are you
Kept going.
kidding me?
It was
Supposed to
good.
be the best team in the country that's beaten too.
That's right.
That's right. That's right. It's supposed to
Bama
be.
will take both of them, man. Bama can't be beat, Norman.
I agree.
I believe you got a line that says that.
Yeah, okay, good. I didn't know that. We'll talk more about that in a minute. Hey, yesterday was American Revolution Constitution Day at Athens State. Here's
Get it
some
out.
of the guys right there playing their parts in there. Mandy was up. She could give me my George Washington hair this morning. But Jan, I want to do right now a short Dear Jamie and get you to tell me how to handle this right here.
Uh-oh.
A Dear Jamie right quick. I stole this out of the Dear Abby, but it says here, I don't know how to handle this, and you tell me. You deal with this. Jamie, a friend of mine died recently. My question is, how much time should I wait before asking his widow if she saved his hearing aids from the crematorium? If so, could I have them?
Well,
Well, let me get my head wrapped around this.
You don't think they burned him with them, do you?
No, but he should never ask for those hearing aids
Why?
because I don't think you can
Rehear out of
reuse.
them?
Yeah, I
Somebody
don't think
else's.
you.
Why not?
they're specifically
I think they're
formed for
customized,
people.
What?
but I don't know. But I think that's absurd.
Is that out of line to ask for something from your deceased friend?
Yeah, I
Ask
think
his widow?
so.
What?
Yeah, absolutely.
Really? I'm just
Probably
asking.
do
Okay,
it.
that's my
Jan is a
opinion.
Gerontologist.
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 Aging.
No.
Aging. She studies. Well, Norman, you're almost
I need to
85. But that's what she does. She studies old people. The
I believe
habits,
all of
everything.
us here could be using some help.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
gonna tell you, I got the best set of teeth I ever saw. My next door neighbor died. I don't know about hearing aids.
So apparently that's all right.
That's a good answer. That's the right answer, Zach.
That is right.
Those
All
are
right, we're going to take a
fascinating.
break. We'll get a shot of Facebook here. We'll get that up and going. Thursdays, we usually have about 30 people in here sometimes. So Tuesday's our day to get the week started right. That's why y'all are up here. So we're going to laugh a little bit here coming up in just a
I can
moment.
understand that.
We're going to play Judge Jamie when we come back, so we'll get this party started again. Y'all hang on. You look like you could be slowing up here today.
He's wide
We're going to
awake.
play Judge Jamie. Now, I'm going to ask questions. I've scanned the newspapers, what little there are, Decatur Daily, USA Today this morning, and AL.com, and Daily Mail. This is the wrong answer. This is the right answer. No electronic devices such as cell phones can be used during playing of this game. The winners get a thing of Vienna sausages. Because
We need those, Norman.
my hometown of New Hope used to be called Vienna before the Yankees burned it down. They renamed it New Hope. When they come back to it, we're going to call it Newer Hope. All right? Here we go. Here's the first question this morning. The gasoline has gone up in the state of Alabama. Yesterday I saw 48 doing a thing. It was $2.19 a gallon. $2.19 a gallon. How many gallons leaked out of that ruptured gas line?
Oh.
This isn't multiple choice, I take it.
Well, whoever gets the closest wins. You don't have to be exact unless you're smarter than you look.
I was going to say 18,000.
Well, that'd be a wrong answer. 250,000 gallons at least spilled out, and the gas price is going to be up. They're going to go back down about 25 cents a gallon once we get everything started here. I just want to make sure. See, this is an educational sort of thing, too. All right, here we go. Out of AL.com. Alabamians who used Amazon will start paying how much sales tax starting November 1st?
8%.
8% is the right answer. That's going to add how much every year to Alabama's budget?
Oh.
$100,000.
40 to
more than
50
that.
million in
Yeah.
fiscal
Oh, wow, that's way off.
2017. So that, see how easy. Here's one only you two guys will know. She probably knows, but since I got her over there, I don't want to get her up here on this right here. CF Penn's closed and then
Reopen.
reopen the same day.
Great publicity for
How
that.
many years has CF Penn Burgers been open?
89 years.
45 years.
75.
Oh,
What'd you say?
89
89
years.
is the right answer, but that ain't the real question. Having known Hugh Penn personally, me, and interviewed him, where were the three original locations of CF Penn Burgers?
Decatur, Hartsville,
Hartsville's
Price.
one.
Moulton.
Come on, that's the right answer. Decatur and Hartsville. That is very good, Norman.
Moulton.
You want those Vienna sausages awful bad this morning.
I have to kill for them.
Hartsville football. Coach Godsey, they won over the weekend in a double overtime, 36-33 over Muscle Shoals. Hartsville currently is number 14 on the Alabama high school athletics list for most all-time wins. How many wins do they have?
450.
2,500.
How many?
2,500.
There ain't no team in the United States got 2,500.
183.
250.
598 victories. They are too short of having. They play Russellville this weekend.
600.
All right, here we go. Let's go to Auburn for a moment right here.
He's ready.
It says here, the enormous scoreboard inside Auburn's Jordan-Hare Stadium might be returned to Best Buy down there before the week is over. In Opelika.
Leave it
That's the
there,
article.
leave it.
That is it for AL.com. How big is the Jumbotron?
Huge.
It's big. Big board.
150 feet.
190 feet long and 57 feet high. What winning ball game did they show on it this weekend?
Alabama.
Oh, they probably still
They
relive.
showed the Alabama game when Alabama was behind 24 to 10, and everybody started hollering and
Well,
everything.
they had to have a reason to cheer.
They gotta relive the past, Joe. Bro.
Sorry, Brad.
Let's go to Gloria's hometown of Chicago. They got a major rat problem up there.
Well, they got more than that.
What is they had about 300 killings over the month up there. But they have come up with something to get rid of these giant rodents.
Clean it up?
What is the newest thing to get rid of, as we say in New Hope, shed of, that's exactly what I said. Didn't y'all think so? I said something else.
Shed.
To get shed of these rats.
Giant cats.
Good answer, but wrong.
Election president.
Yeah. Dry ice.
Ice.
So they blow up.
No.
Frozen
Suffocated.
carbon dioxide, the oldest gas in solid,
okay.
was deadly to small animals at a high concentration.
Yep.
You knew that already?
Well, no, but I've realized it makes sense to let it go down in the sewers because it's heavier than air and it'll suffocate them.
You are a lot smarter than you look, and the giant cat answer was a good answer.
I knew that.
How many Kmart stores are closing before Christmas nationwide?
Another 150.
300.
All of them.
I need
I hope
to.
not.
64, actually. I'm just setting y'all up for some
I like
easy
the one in
questions.
Athens.
All right, Dollar General. Dollar General is going to hire how many new workers next month to support the company's expansion plan?
1,500.
10,000.
10,000 is the right
10,000.
answer. But that ain't the real question. How many stores right now operate as of August in the United States?
25,000.
I was going to say 1,500.
They have 13,000 stores. But here's the deal. What was their total revenue in 2015? Gross.
So now you're just
Billions.
making it easy, harder.
12
2 billion.
How much?
12 billion.
8 billion.
I'll let Norman have it. $20.5 billion, actually.
I tell you, that store's taking off.
I know.
Everywhere.
They got them, what, every
They're all,
5
they're all
miles?
over. I love
It's
them.
like Starbucks. I mean,
They sell beer, too. I saw one
better
have a
than
sign that said
Starbucks.
cold beer.
Didn't know that.
Vince Scully.
Van. Not
Ben
Vance.
Scully. Ben Scully is retiring
Yes.
October 8th.
Yeah, legend.
Legend. He's 88 years old. What happened to him in 1953, the year a great television icon was born in Huntsville, Alabama?
Jamie.
That'd be me.
I got the part 2 on
I
that. Yeah,
picked
right.
up on that.
What did he do?
Is that when he started with the Dodgers?
No, wrong. He started with the Dodgers at 22, when he was 22.
Oh, when he was
I
22.
don't know.
He became the youngest person ever to broadcast a World Series game that still stands today.
Wow.
How did he get started announcing
Announcing?
baseball?
He was just in the press box.
No.
Somebody, he walked in and the announcer had laryngitis.
He passed
said the
a
boys got
Chinese
talent.
laundromat on the way to school and saw the score from Game 2 of the 36 Yankees and watched it on TV. I heard it, listened to it there.
That's
At
how he
8
got
years
started.
old in the Bronx, he would grab a pillow, put it under his family's 4-legged radio, and lay directly under it to listen to a football game in 1936 with a glass of milk and a thing of saltine crackers.
Sitting in
That's
front of it
legend
didn't
right
work.
there.
There you go.
I got one for you.
Well, if you don't allow questions to be asked,
You
here
want
we
to
go.
borrow this?
Who called the 1936 Alabama Rose Bowl victory over Washington?
The announcer.
Who was it?
I don't know.
It wasn't Eli Gold.
Oh, no, I know. We got to tell you the Eli Gold story after that.
Oh, my.
Who was
Who was
it?
it?
Graham McNamee.
That's who I was going to say. All right.
Really.
President Obama has commuted how many sentences of drug offenders this year?
450.
Well, 673, but that ain't going to be the real
I
question.
was going to say 1,000.
Right now, who was arrested for selling bongs
Come on.
Wow. He spent 9 months in federal prison in the early 2000s for selling bongs over the internet. And now he's trying to get a commute from President Obama.
7 bucks.
No idea.
Tommy Chong.
Of Cheech and Chong.
Cheech and Chong. Very good. Yeah, there you go. Cheech and Chong. Remember he served that time he's trying to get out? All right. We'll talk on
That's
those
what he
other.
went to
What
jail
was the
for?
thing? Hey, Jay, let us in.
How many years has Willie Nelson been doing the Farm Aid concert?
35 years.
35.
Yeah, I was going to say
25.
30.
I'll let you have 31 to be exact. USA Today yesterday. Take it down right quick, Brad. What famous person from Athens, Alabama sang at it?
Yep. The
Dan Totten.
You know Dan? I got an email from him this morning.
Alabama
He
Shakes.
advertises with us, huh?
Alabama.
Alabama Shake, Brittany Howard. All right, boys.
Wow.
Now comes part 2. That was the easy
There's the
question.
picture.
Yeah, here we go. Yeah, how you know Dan?
I've known Dan for
years.
years.
All right, one
We
last
practiced
question.
law together.
Attorney business.
National Cheeseburger Day was yesterday. How
Oh, I
many
missed it.
cheeseburgers does Americans eat a year?
Ooh, way too many.
No way you looking at me, Brad.
A billion.
500,000.
Oh, it's more. God, it's got to
How many did you say, Jan?
I have a
Billion.
Well, that's wrong. 50
be
billion.
billion. I would say.
AL.com did a thing on the
A lot
favorite
of
places
people.
in Alabama to get a cheeseburger. Only one was listed from North Alabama. What was it?
Five Guys.
Dubs in Athens.
Does Brad.
All right, here we go. Moving right along. How many people were unemployed in Alabama last month? Unemployment was 5.4%. What does that convert to?
My math degree's not gonna help me here.
116,361. Here's one you'll know. I know, Norman. Who was George Wallace's college roommate who ran for governor of Alabama?
I do know that. Shorty Price.
Shorty
Shorty
Price
Price.
is the right answer. He was 4 feet, 12 inches.
Yes.
Hey, I was taller than Shorty.
What was his slogan? What was his slogan? Famous
I
slogan.
like
Have a
party and love Alabama.
Shorty,
football.
Shorty, he's our man. George Wallace belongs in a garbage can.
Goodness.
Shorty Price was killed on the way to Jackson, Mississippi in 1980, the day Alabama got beat 6-3 by Mississippi State.
Don Jacobs.
Don Jacobs fumbled the ball as they got ready to score a touchdown to win 3 national championships in a row. He does not like talking about that. What Alabama high school came through a Donald Trump sign that says "Make America Great Again" against their opponent over the weekend? They've been forced to apologize.
Oh, the Briarwood.
Briarwood Christian is the right answer. Chuck, you came alive.
All right,
Thank
he's
you.
away.
All right. Did y'all watch the Emmys the other night, that liberal-oriented broadcast?
No.
What were their ratings?
Oh, 20%.
Good.
I didn't even know this.
Were they good?
I was
They were
watching
on up
football.
against Monday Night Football. Their
Oh,
ratings plunged to
10%.
the worstest they'd ever
Yes,
been
sir.
in
No.
68 years.
Vikings in the.
All right, with that, who was the limo driver for Jimmy Fallon in the opening of that? Who's in
Matt
between?
Damon.
Bush.
Jim Bush. That is the right
That
answer.
was huge. That was funny.
What'd
And that
you see?
was funny.
Did you see where Daddy says he's going to vote for Hillary Clinton?
I know, but
Really?
I believe it.
All right, I got one more question. Zach, words of wisdom.
Remember, anyone can love you when the sun's shining, and the storms is where you learn who truly cares for you.
All right.
That's true, Zach. Good one.
Winner take all here,
Amen.
Norman. I know you keep up with this. Kim Kardashian
Your wheelhouse.
just got back from a 4-day deal in Mexico.
Don't get him in trouble.
4-day deal in Mexico. How many selfies did she take
How
in
long was she
4
there?
days?
In 4 days.
10,000.
The question is, who cares?
Yeah, really. 10,000.
What?
Actually-
500.
No,
She
I
only
don't care,
took
Brad.
4,000 on average.
Oh,
She
my
took
gosh.
1,500 selfies a day.
My goodness. Gosh.
Those have
takes
got to be
more than you,
photoshopped.
Glory.
That woman is not, you know.
Everything on there is photoshopped.
So that concludes Judge Jamie. So I
Okay.
got it. The giant cat answer was a good answer today.
Thank you.
I got
Thank
you.
you. Appreciate that.
All right, we'll take a break and come back. We'll look at some artwork in just a second. We'll let Norman, give Norman them a rest up here this morning. Y'all hang on.
So who won?
And welcome back on this Tuesday morning. Since nothing's happening in the weather, let's quickly go through it. 65 degrees already out there this morning, clear. What a beautiful day we're in store for. Around 92 for your temperatures today. Only that 10% chance of a pop-up shower, so don't be hopeful for any rain this week anyway. Much of every day this week looks the same. Look at there, just anywhere from a 10 to 15% chance of showers this week, but it's looking most days 0 chance of rain. All right, let me introduce you, Miss Frances Tate. How are you this morning?
I'm fine, Jamie.
Good.
I mean,
That's
Gloria,
okay. I get
how are
called
you?
Jamie all the time. You would
I know
not
it,
believe
Gloria.
it. Happens all the time. He's like, they always spell it Jaimie too. But anyway, all right, you're not here to talk about Jamie or Gloria. She's here to talk about all these beautiful paintings she has. And you did these.
I did.
Tell me what's going on in Decatur this weekend.
This weekend, we're having a celebration, celebrating early Old Town with art, the Ciota Festival.
Okay.
So what I'm trying to do, recreate Old Town. Urban renewal came through and most of the houses were destroyed. So I'm trying to recreate Old Town, street by street, house by house. All the old business we had.
And we were just talking about several different things. Now, tell us about your artwork. You've been painting for how long now?
About 15
All your
years.
life? 15
No,
years.
no.
15 years. Well,
15
quite
years.
lovely. Now,
Exactly.
you're actually going to have a setup where you're going to have, goodness, you said over 90 pieces for people to look at?
Right. We're having a sneak preview from 2 to 4.
Okay.
Then we're having a ticket reception from 5 to 8.
Where is this going to take place?
Turner Searle Community Center on Sycamore Street.
All right.
Right. It's right behind the train depot.
Okay. What fascinates you how do you come about picking what you're going to draw next?
Whatever my mind tells me. When I look at the pictures, I decide I want to do this one next.
So something just strikes
Just
you and you're
strikes
like, I'm
you.
going to
If
do
this
it.
is the one I want to do next. So that's what I do.
So you just thought, you saw a picture and you said, I can do that?
Well, no.
How'd you get into it?
Well, really, Gloria, I saw a need to preserve our heritage and create a legacy. And I just thought somebody need to do something. And God just said, why not you? So
Why not you?
Right.
You've been doing
So
it
I
now.
said, why? Okay, I'll do it. So that's how I started.
Can people purchase these?
All the originals will never be sold, but you
Okay.
can buy prints.
Great.
Yeah. I have 4 limited editions. The limited edition are the Lakeside High School,
Okay.
the Old Train Depot, the Baptism, and the Drawbridge.
The baptism over here is absolutely beautiful too.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
I remember going there as
You
a
do?
child.
Really?
I did.
What are you looking for, and how can people help you? Do you need old photos? What in particular are you looking for in Old Decatur?
I am looking for old photos, old houses, old business that was there. I would love to get them to paint. And I'm also looking for old photos. This year, I'm introducing faces of Old Town.
Oh.
So I've collected about 360 pictures for this year.
My.
So, yes.
You were going to be
Been-
busy.
I got video.
I would love to have it. Love to have it. So it's going to be a wonderful event.
It is.
So-
Again, it's this weekend.
It's this weekend on Friday.
What time does that start?
2 to 4 is the sneak preview.
Okay.
And the ticket event is from 5 to 8. The tickets, they are free.
Okay.
You can get them at the Archives, the Antique Shop on Bank Street, the Old State Bank Building, Princess Theater, Karen Matthews Center, Turner Searle Center, and the library already out. And the French Connection has tickets.
Well, you remembered all of that just off the top of your head. That was really good. That was a lot to remember, too. About how much do the prints run? I know they probably
limited
range.
editions are $150 for Lakeside and $125 for the others.
Okay.
All the other prints are 16 by 20. They are $65.
Okay.
And I also have cards. You can order cards of it and prints.
Oh, great. Okay. Much smaller items.
Right. And I'll have some of my. And by the way, interesting thing about it, all of my watercolor is done with the Tennessee River water. I go out on the Tennessee River and get water and do my watercolors.
Really?
Yeah.
How unique.
I thought, the Tennessee River, it flows, so does your heritage flows. So it's just so symbolic. So why not use the water?
Why not? How can people reach you if they need to get in touch with you to give you some photos they may have?
Okay. They can reach me at oldtowndecatur.com.
Okay.
Or they can go on Facebook.com/Ciota, or they can call me at 353-7805.
Well, there's enough information. Listen, if you have some old photos, this lady needs them. She needs to get some paintings
Absolutely.
done. All right, anything else you want to add? Got up here so
thank you.
early. You happen to know Norman, too?
I know. Norman knows
Everyone
people
knows
that I
Norman.
know.
You got to watch him now. Well, I hope it goes wonderful. There's going to be so many different prints for you to actually look and enjoy. And don't mind asking her about a story, too. That'll
Thank
be
you
great
so
to hear.
much.
You are so welcome. Thanks for being with us
Thank
this
you.
morning. All right, we are going to take a quick break. Stay with us. We'll be right back. There is no telling what's going to happen next with Norman and Jamie in the same interview. We'll be right back.
All right, guys, we can talk all day about stuff. We'll get on that later in here. But Chuck, y'all are doing a play this weekend at the Princess Theater
Theater?
called The Call.
It's called.
Now, it's all based on a photograph.
Basically, that's correct. When I about 20 years ago, when the picture came available, the one where Pat Dye and Bear Bryant are sitting at the hunting lodge, and there's a bottle of whiskey there.
No.
I think I have heard this rumor that there was whiskey involved.
I'm sure.
And they're sitting there in the hunting lodge and dressed pretty much like Norman is dressed right here. And I thought at that time that would make a good basis for a play.
You thought that then?
I did, as a matter of fact. And I didn't do anything more than think about it at that time. And we needed to play. Bank Street Players is putting this on at the Princess. And we needed a play for this opening our season. This is the first play in our season this year. And we were hunting around for something sports-oriented and really couldn't find anything. And so we finished up our play in 1776, which we did in July. And my wife, who's the president of the Bank Street Players, so this is very convenient for me, she said, well, Chuck's had this idea. We couldn't find anything that fit the ticket. And she said, Chuck's had this idea. Let's just let him see if he can write something. And I did. I spent a couple of weeks, wrote the play, and they all liked it. We had a read through and did all that sort of stuff. And then we decided we would do it. And we started looking around to cast it.
But now let me stop you. At this
Sure.
time,
It was
you'd
not
never heard
easy.
of, you did not know Norman Roby.
I did not know Norman Roby. Now, you can't not have heard of Norman Roby
we've
in
all heard
Decatur,
stories.
Alabama. I mean, now,
There's
that's-
many stories.
Personally, Carol and I had not met Norman. And so,
Pitiful.
it was our loss. But we hunted around. We were asking, who can do this? Because, you can't just trot out anybody
Right, to be Bear
try to
Bryant.
be Bear Bryant. I mean, this is such an iconic figure.
John Voight wasn't available.
And I don't think, I'll be honest with you, John Voight has nothing on this man. So what happened was, somebody suggested Norman, and so, and as they say, I didn't know Norman from Adam's Off Ox at the time, but I didn't mind sending him the play, so I did. And he sent me an email back and said he was very interested in it and wanted to meet for lunch and talk about it. So Carol and I met Norman at a restaurant, and we sat there. Norman sat down across from us, and he started talking. First of all, he walked in.
Yeah.
And it was, yeah. And so then he started talking to us, and after about 30 seconds, no longer,
Really?
Carol and I looked at each other and said, yep, we have Bear Bryant here. And absolutely the case.
Well, Norman, why, being a huge
On Earth.
Auburn fan, huge. Oh, now, I know that your daughter-in-law is Billy Neighbor's daughter. Great Alabama legend. We were at the wedding, as a matter of fact.
Claire, yes.
Bear Bryant?
First of all, Chuck, being the writer and the producer of this thing, sort of exaggerated that whole story. What it boiled down to was that I was the last old big guy.
Yeah.
I was the last old big guy in Decatur that could remember his name.
And wanted to do it.
And so that was the reason I got the part, yeah. But no, I grew up in this era.
Right.
I finished high school in '63. I had a very good friend that played on that '61 team that won the first national championship. My wife is from Tuscaloosa. She's a big Alabama fan. My daughter-in-law is part of Alabama royalty. My other daughter-in-law is a big Alabama fan. And I just admired Coach Bryant. I always have. He was, no matter who you for, if you're a Notre Dame fan, they got pictures of Bear in the bars in South
They beat
Bend.
us every year.
I've been there. And so he sent me this script, and I've never been in any kind of play in my life. I told Chuck I was
Best man.
I was best man in a Tom Thumb wedding when I was 5 years old in kindergarten. That was my last time on stage. And but this script just really captures a great icon. I don't think it's gonna be entertaining for anybody because it tells a story.
How much practice do you have to do to get this thing fine-tuned?
We met for lunch and they were talking about it, and I said, well, when will we do this? In the spring sometime? They said, no, we're going to do it in 3 weeks. We're going to be doing it.
4 weeks. It was 4 weeks at that time.
At least you had time.
Huh?
At least you had plenty of time.
So, you know, that really got me, but it's just a great script. I mean, it really captures this man. And I didn't know him. I'd met him, and I'd been around him a couple of times. But it tells the good, and it tells the bad.
Now, correct me on this if I'm wrong. Didn't he die right after this?
Well, after the play is set.
I mean, Bear, not Norman. Bear
Right.
died. I mean,
Biden died.
And he's doing really well.
he
for
died
that
a couple of
guy.
months after this, didn't he? After that
He
photograph?
died within a month. It was January of
I thought he
1983.
died in March, or was it 50?
Well, I was thinking it was January. I'll go back and look.
Maybe it was
I
January.
think it
I remember
was
exactly where I was.
He didn't, because don't you know, that's why we all...
There's a picture of me with Bear down in Birmingham, I think at Legionville.
You got the same haircut.
Of course, I was a 70s porn star back in those days, it looks like.
You've improved.
I think it was January he died, but so it's right after the photograph.
And the thing is that so many people, I remember, the thought was he was so tied to this institution of Alabama football that when he retired,
His life was over.
it was like his life was over. I mean, you really felt that at the time. Now, maybe that's why he
And
retired.
that comes out in this play.
Yeah.
I mean,
And when it's set, and you say it's set, then yeah, it says January of '83, but this is what we call a memory play.
Okay.
He's sitting there at the lodge. That's how the play is set. And he's basically remembering his life. And he starts out and he's talking. Apparently, he does drink whiskey during the play. This does happen. I'm just wondering if anybody's concerned
No
about
wonder you
that.
wanted it.
And so then the events and the people start showing up. His mama, Ida Mae Bryant, him as a young man wrestling the Bear, Mary Harmon, his wife, as a young college student, and then she's always young in his memory. So when she comes back, Namath shows up, Stabler, Pat Dye. We end up the play with both of them kind of recreating that. And so you're not really certain, I think, and at least in my mind, that he's even here, that it's a memory or who's gone.
Now, what time and how can people get tickets to go to that?
Well, okay, thank you. That's a good question, Jamie. I can see that you're a seasoned reporter.
Yeah.
And
Season.
No, I'm just trying to rush you, but go ahead.
okay, right. So to get to the point, then it's this Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. This Thursday, 22nd through the 24th, at 7 p.m. at the Princess. There's also a 2:00 matinee on Saturday. And the tickets are easy. It's $10, general admission. You can do the math right away about it. And that, by the way, is a very inexpensive ticket these days for any kind of theatrical performance. So it's general admission, which means, by the way, that there's no reserved seating. Don't call the Princess. They're
Get
not
there and
reserving a
get a
ticket.
seat.
Get there, pay your $10, take your chances, and get a seat. And get there early. The Princess is a big place, but then the further back you get, you won't be able to see Norman in action as clearly, and anybody else. But there's
Norman needs to be in action.
Well, he's in action in this play. But the thing is I think that this play has generated a lot of interest. And I
Oh,
think
yeah, I
that's
saw it in
awesome.
the catering. I've had to cut out for like 2 weeks. Norman, what's it like playing Bear Bryant? Does that make you want to switch over to be a Bama fan?
No, Gus Malzahn has more to do with that.
But now, you brought up something a while ago when Billy was alive and got inducted into the Hall of Fame and everything. Y'all went through a bunch of all this stuff with Billy Neighbors.
Yeah.
Your daughter-in-law is Alabama royalty.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely, Claire.
And yet you're Auburn fan.
Yeah.
Were
And
you
they
out
all
of
get
place
along.
and you went to all these places with him?
No, they were very nice. I got to be real good friends with Mal Moore and a lot of the coaches down there. And, Wes has got 2 boys on the coaching staff down there now. And I've learned to live with people,
Wes has got both his boys are on the coaching staff down there?
Great.
Connor over there too?
Yeah, Connor went back and he's working with
Really?
Cochran in the strength and conditioning.
My son used to play ball with both of them.
Yeah.
He didn't
Good
work
for
out as good as
them.
they did, obviously, but yeah. Well, Norman, it's great to see you. I know you still have a lot of animosity to me for stealing your your sales manager, but
Well, I don't know. I thought that she could do some missionary work and straighten you out. Apparently she has. I think she's done a good
I
job.
do want to thank you for calling me that day to come
goodness.
over about Telestar. Only thing I got to ask you is one last question about that. How do you spell satellite?
I have no idea, but I know you don't either.
Well, I'm the one that caught it. But tell Patsy I asked that one question. I'm sorry you're missing your Bible study group this morning with Wally Terry, because I know y'all meet
They're
every
gonna
Tuesday
miss you.
morning.
Every Tuesday morning at 6:30.
For how many years now?
Probably 30 by now.
And I mean about 20 guys.
Yeah. We got guys coming from Huntsville.
Huntsville, yeah. I appreciate y'all letting me join y'all that
Open
day.
invitation.
Open invitation.
You tell them I said hello when y'all see them, and good luck this weekend. If y'all can hang around a few minutes after we do this interview with Jan, I'd like to get a few photographs before we head out of here this morning.
You can
all
have
right?
one,
And we'll plug this all week for you the rest of the week, too. Norman, great seeing both of y'all. Chuck you up. And the big cat at the rat thing was a good answer,
You
too.
like that one,
Let me
didn't
take a
you?
break. We'll come back to Dr. White. Y'all hang on.
Since, of course, the show has been filled with so many different topics, why not hit on this one? All right, Dr. Jan White with me this morning. And, every time you turn on the news or you see where different states are passing marijuana laws and everything, it's hard not to discuss this topic.
Yeah, right.
Some like it, some don't.
Yep.
Some think it should be legal, some don't. There's always going to be different opinions, but obviously there's a trend here with the older people.
Yes. Well, Jamie gave me an article, and I researched it. It originally was in the Washington Post, so I went and got the original article.
Of course you did,
That's
'cause
what
you're
I
good.
do. That's what I do. And it was actually an article from the CDC about the issue of driving with alcohol and marijuana in the
wow.
system. That is on the increase, which I didn't have a clue.
Okay.
So I found out a couple of interesting things. First of all, there is, since 2002 and 2014, there's been a huge increase in marijuana use in certain age groups. 45 to 54, it went up 50%.
Goodness.
55 to 64, it went up 455%.
My.
I just, with these, this astounded me. And in 65 and over, it went up 333%.
Wow.
Okay, so I want to know why.
Why? Now, you do
what's going
see,
on?
there's a lot of reports, I guess, that you see or stories where mostly football players or people that have had injuries are turning to marijuana rather than prescription drugs for
Right.
that part. So
Yeah.
I'm thinking older adults with all the ailments. Is that what they're doing it for?
I really
Or
don't
recreation.
know. I wish I knew all the
Yeah.
answers, but I couldn't find all the answers. I had some of the answers, though.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I do know that some people who are undergoing chemo have
Right.
medical marijuana, and it does increase the appetite. So, okay.
And
so
that
here-
actually is in a pill form because
Yeah,
Jamie's
it is.
father actually
Yes,
took those.
It is. So I found out from my research that there are 3 main reasons why older adults are using marijuana.
All right.
First of all, some smoke it for a social event. Like instead of getting together for cocktails, hey, let's smoke some weed and let's get high. No, I'm serious. This is what they're saying. We'll just sit around, smoke some weed or, instead of
Okay.
cocktails. Okay. Some people, older adults, have never stopped since the 60s. So it's just still ongoing.
And they can still have conversations.
And they're still,
kicking.
well, okay. And number 3 is some people are using marijuana instead of opioid drugs.
Oh, okay.
Because opioid addiction is a serious
terrible.
issue among older adults. It's deadly.
It is.
And that's a whole other show.
Which, of course, then turns into more than likely heroin. So, yeah, that's a huge epidemic.
Right, right. So here are some side effects
Okay.
of marijuana.
You eat a whole lot.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. But that was not listed as a side effect,
Really?
interestingly enough, yes. Okay, so short-term memory impairment and psychosis in high doses. Now, be mindful as I'm telling you these, listing these. Think about if you're an older adult, okay? So short-term memory impairment, psychosis, anxiety and panic in naive users. So that means if you're a beginner,
Paranoid.
you can have anxiety and panic. Driving impairment and car crashes,
Oh.
okay?
Not from going fast.
Respiratory cancers, dependence, you can become hooked. Lung damage and respiratory disorders, and worsening of pre-existing heart disease. So all of these things are really problematic for older adults. You know, there's a trade-off, so, you know,
There
think
usually
before
is
you
in
do
everything,
it.
yes.
And in all of the articles I read about older adults, they were all using it in states where it was legal. Nobody was breaking the law.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah, so that was interesting too.
Well, just be
Yeah.
careful driving, I guess.
Be careful
Because
if
it's
you
still
decide.
you're under the influence.
Right.
So.
Oh, yes. Be careful because there are these issues related to problems if you decide to go that route.
And check your health issues, too.
Right.
Does it say anything? Are they actually talking to their doctors about this?
You know, I don't know.
If they're doing
I
it in
don't-
states where it's not legal? I wonder.
I don't know.
Curious. Okay, good. Well, you see so many different movies coming out, too, where
I
they
know it.
highlight and, glamorate
Right.
it. So, but that's a whole other topic.
Right. And I did find out one interesting thing. For the first time since they've been keeping statistics, there are now more parents using marijuana than their children.
Wow.
Yeah, so parents, 35 to 44, about 8%, and 12 to 17 years old, 7.4%. So that was the first time that that has happened.
Made a full circle.
So I
hasn't
can't
it?
really explain it. I'm just bringing you
Yeah.
the facts here.
Okay. Well, thank you. Interesting.
Okay, yeah, it was
All right.
interesting.
Never a dull moment here on Cooper and Company. We got to go. We got to go for the day. Hush, Jamie. Everyone have an awesome day and happy birthday, Jessica Terry out there. Have a great day. Bye-bye.